Hi, I'm Bill Nemitz. I'm here with Greg Kesich, our editorial page editor here at the Press Herald, and we are taking maybe one last look at the election, which is now just a few days away, and a lot has happened this week, more than any of us anticipated.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I think we're going to be talking about the events of Wednesday for a long time. That was when Elliot Cutler announced that he was going to have a special announcement, and a lot of media went down to his office on Milk Street, and
ourselves included.
Yeah, included, because I thought it was going to be a surprise announcement, and it was a surprise, but I'm not really sure what it was.
Right.
Do you want to?
Right. Well, I think what he was trying to do, he said, was answer questions about his continued candidacy. But I think there were so many mixed messages that we all walked out of there scratching our heads. The question now is, what becomes of Elliot Cutler? I think it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's obviously not going to win this race, and that his candidacy is, in effect, over. Now, he might pick up a few residual votes. The only question I have right now is how low will he go? Because that, in and of itself, still determines, in many ways, the outcome of this race.
Right. That's our sense, is that most of his voters go to Michaud, and if he performs very poorly, that's good for Michaud.
Right.
But we also have seen that there's been a lot of movement away from Cutler towards Michaud. It may be that all the people who are going that direction have already gone.
Yeah, well, I think some of them went earlier. There were some LePage supporters who I think deserted Cutler earlier when LePage started performing better in the debates. So he got his bump. But I agree. I think the people who are left right now and are now going to move are probably going to move decidedly toward Mike Michaud. That said, my gut tells me that this is still going to be a very close election.
Yes.
And we may not even know on Tuesday night.
I think that wouldn't surprise me at all. And the other thing is the governor is also capable of producing surprises. And,
you heard of it?
And he's out and active, and nobody knows how the Ebola issue will play out in this race.
Yeah. It's like we have these two stories moving on parallel tracks, but you get the feeling that when it's all said and done, they're going to merge into the same story.
Yeah.
And this kind of get tough persona that LePage is projecting around Nurse Casey Hickox, I think it plays well with some people. With other people, they're thoroughly disgusted and turned off by the lack of science and the proliferation of politics in this whole situation. Do you think that this is going to impact the race in a significant way?
It's so hard to tell because I'm not really sure where it's going. But in some sense, I always feel that whatever's scary to people is good for LePage because it supports his message that things are terrible and that I'm here to protect you.
Nothing motivates like fear.
But then I see this image on Wednesday of I have Cutler exploding over here, and I have the governor exploding over here, and then Michaud's kind of serenely in the middle. The bombs are going off all around him.
And then we've got Angus King.
Yes.
Who switched his endorsement from Elliot Cutler to Mike Michaud on later Wednesday.
Right.
And now rumor has it might even be doing some campaigning for him between now and Tuesday, which again would put Michaud above it all.
Yeah.
While LePage, dukes it out over Ebola, and Elliot dukes it out with whatever he's duking it out. So a lot can happen, and it probably will. Stay here at PressHerald.com for coverage of further developments and, of course, for the returns on Tuesday night.